Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, agents, converters. All right, guys, listen up. So this week, we're talking about making the shift to listings in your business. If you are so busy with your buyers that you have not even had the time to look up and even generate a listing, right? To even think about the strategy or to even make the shift in your business. All right, so today I want to talk to you about making that shift, and I want to make it easy for you. Okay, now before we dive in, if you're new here, my name is Erica Fields. I'm a real estate agent coach and business strategist. All right, I help you generate 50% more GCI in half the time. All right, all my clients have done exactly that. And before we even keep going here, I just want to say that if you are ready to cut to the chase, you're ready to invest in yourself and your business, drop call in the comments below, and you and I will sit down and talk about what it looks like to make that shift in your business using Purple Elephant. All right. Now, enough with that. Let's get into today's weekly free training. So making the shift towards listings. Okay, how can you do that? All right. First off, let me know, is this something that you want to do? Drop listings in the comments if you are looking to make the shift towards listings in your business. All right, I want to know if this applies to you. All right, so first things first, what we're going to want to do before making the shift towards listings is make the decision. All right, you have to actually sit down and decide, now we are going to go ahead and make the shift. What's up, Melissa? Hello, so happy to see you. Thank you for saying hi and dropping by. All right, so first we have to make that decision. All right, have you made the decision? Okay, and right now, if you are ready, I want the decision, I want that time to be right now. Okay, so if you are ready to make the decision and say enough's enough, I'm switching to listings because I want that life of freedom and flexibility. I want that life that listings will give me. Okay, make that decision and drop decision in the comments. All right, you let me know that right now you have decided and you are going to be a listing machine. Okay, so first steps, making that decision. All right, once we've made the decision, we need to start preparing our mindset, okay? My daughter's standing here. 1 second, guys. Yes, Kylie? Yes, this is my lifetime, okay?
Okay.
This is live right now. You better say hi. You better come and wave since we're live and you're interrupting. All right, thanks. Get on. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if that's ever happened to you. Okay, all right. So, once we made the decision, we want to move on and prepare our mindset, okay? Especially if you are not used to generating a ton of listings in our business, the mindset of listings versus working with buyers is a little bit different, okay? And what I mean by that is when you're working with buyers, a lot of it is a lot of customer service, right? Hey, you're doing a lot of providing a service, okay? And I know we're providing a service with the listing side, but just let me try to explain this, okay? So when you are doing the listings, all right, now the sellers are paying your commission, right? On the buying side, they're not the ones that are paying your commission. The sellers are paying your commission. So they may be a little more relaxed, right? They may be a little more laid back when it comes to looking for a real estate agent. And that's why they might also have more than one agent, right? They're not having to pay for you. And once they know that, they're like, oh yeah, let's have a whole city work for me, right? So that's why a lot of times that person will go off and buy without you because they know that they don't have to pay for you. So why not let everybody work for them, right? And you can do the same thing with the listings. Let everybody work for you. Okay, so what we want to understand is making sure that we understand that number one, we're going to have to handle objections oftentimes when we're working as a listing agent. We need to be ready for those objections because guess what, guys? Do you think as a listing agent they really want you representing their house and their equity if you can't handle a simple objection? right? So how you stand up to them and stand your ground to them is how they're going to see you standing up for their equity, right? It's a direct reflection. If you're not able to hold up to a simple objection, they're not going to trust you with their equity, would you? If you are talking to somebody on the phone and they're a pushover and they're just letting you walk all over them, do you think that you would trust them with your largest asset or largest investment or largest purchase? No way, right? You're trying to get all your money, as much money back as possible. You're not going to just trust anybody to that, especially when you're paying 6%. Okay, so when you're on the listing side, I want you to understand that you want to come at it from a sharper mindset, right? We're going to be ready here to handle objections. We're not going to say, okay, well, they're not interested. Okay, well, guess you're not interested in the sale. All right, so prepare your mindset. Be ready to convey your value, not just state your value, but they have to see it on their end. They have to be able to perceive it. It's perceived value, right? Have you heard that phrase before? Perceived value? Okay, oftentimes what we say is not necessarily what we think is said. That message is not what is being conveyed. All right, so that's one thing I want to bring your awareness to whenever you are making this shift towards listings. All right, so you've made the decision, your mindset is ready, okay? And next thing we're gonna do is you need to identify the sellers, right? Where are the homeowners? Okay, now this particular point right here has been driving me bonkers lately. All right, there are all kinds of people that are telling you that certain lead sources are not awesome. Okay, that they aren't doing well, that you should stop doing them, and that there are better ways of doing things. And better, of course, is a matter of opinion, right? Because what's better for one person may not be better for you. What if you need sales right now? What if you want sales right now? Right? What if you don't want to sit around and wait for the next referral? What if you don't want to sit around and wait for the next person to be interested? What if you want to go out and make that happen? All right, what if you want most of your activities to consist of generating business, all right, moving money, right? So with that, we need to identify sellers, and that comes from looking at what your current goals are. All right, what are your current goals for the year, for this month, and what lead source is going to help you get there? If you need sales now, if you need dollars now, then you need people that are looking to move now, right? Not later. Okay, so let me ask you this. When you're thinking of people who need to move now, if you're looking for people who are moving in the next 0 to 3 months, 0 to 6 months, where are those people for you? All right, in a lot of markets, those are for sale by owners. Those are people raising their hand saying, this is why I want to move. And this is why a lot of my clients work for sale by owners, because we want business now. They're looking to make money now, not because they necessarily need to, because they want to, right? Who doesn't want to go out and make some sales, right? So when you are looking at creating listings, you need to look at the sellers and your goals, okay? So if you have some time to wait and you don't want to make these kinds of phone calls, or you don't want to make these messages, there's tons of other people that you can attract if you have some time before making your next sale, right? Let's say you're okay waiting 3 to 6 months. That's perfectly fine if that's your business and that's your model and your current goals, right? But what's not okay is wanting this huge listing empire and wanting this listing business and not going out and making it happen and being unsatisfied that it's not happening for you. All right, because I promise you, whatever lead source you want to work, there is a way to make it happen for you. All right, you just got to figure out what that is, or work with somebody that knows that way in a snap for you. Okay, so identify your sellers, starting with your vision and your goals, okay? If you are looking for money right now, you need to find people that are looking to sell right now. For sale by owners, expireds are also a good one. An out of the box idea is checking out garage sales. Shout out to Nikki. She has told me this idea, and a lot of people have not even thought about it, right? Garage or estate sales. Okay, when people are getting their stuff out, especially in the last couple of weeks here, the last couple of nice weeks before we transition into more fall and winter, as people are getting their last couple of things out of their sales, go ahead and stop by those garage sales, right? They're getting their stuff out of their house for a reason, especially now, right? The later that it goes on in the year, it's going to be a better conversation for you. So finding sellers, finding homeowners. Another idea, online, find a Facebook group. Okay, if you can't find a Facebook group with local people, then you can create a Facebook group, right? One of my clients, Jacob, he created a Facebook group, and within 1 week, he has over 300 people. He probably has 400 people now, right? In 7 days, he now has a stage. Anytime he wants, he can put a post in between almost 400 people, right? It's probably at 400 by now. It's ridiculous, okay? Exploring Southwest Wisconsin, by the way, is the group. Okay, so he has now created a place where all of these homeowners can come and mingle and create a community and a relationship, right? He is now also that credible, he's that position of authority. All right, so Facebook groups, yes, they take energy, and yes, they take effort, but so does everything else, right? Everything else is going to take you energy and effort, so figure out where you want to place energy and effort to get your listings and to make the shift. Okay, so find sellers, find homeowners, and start creating those relationships. And again, start with your goals and start with your vision, and work backwards from there. If you need sales now, you need to find people that are looking to sell now. Your sphere of influence is not a good place most of the time to find people who are looking to sell now, right? Once you've called and you've touched base and you've asked for referrals, is that your strategy? Just keep doing that over and over again? Expand, okay? Create the business. There are people that are looking to sell right now. All right, so identifying the sellers. I really had to just harp on that point, guys, because I want you to just look at your goals, not the Facebook group, not what's trending right now. Look at your goals and work backwards from there. And I understand that this can be super confusing with all this crazy information. So if you need help with this, drop a call in the comments, and I will be sure to figure out, we'll talk about what lead sources, right? What strategy you need to apply to start getting these listings going for you. Okay, so we have made the decision. We've prepared our mindset. We have identified sellers. One small little note I want to make about that is you can choose one active source, okay? So one source where you're actually going forth and making those conversations happen, right? Direct outreach. Even on social media, right? Sending a DM to somebody, to a homeowner to build those relationships. That's fine. Do one active source where you are doing the outreach, and then start implementing a passive source as well. Okay, and what I mean by that is something that you can set and forget, which leads into my next point, which is to adapt your message online and everywhere else that you are talking and messaging. Okay, let people know. One of the things that I see a lot when we're posting on social media is, if you're looking to buy or sell, let me know. Okay, but if you are looking for sales now and you want listings now, let's be specific about your messaging. Hey, if you're looking to sell, let's see, it's September. Hey, if you're looking to sell between now and the end of 2022, you've got to raise your hand. I've got some free resources for you. Right now, that's just a super quick example without much thought being put into it. But that is the way you can start changing your messaging. All right, make sure you're being ultra specific and start telling your audience who you're looking for. This is part of your ideal clients, right? Your ideal client avatar. You hear that a lot in business. You gotta build your ideal client avatar. This is another way to look at niching, All right, if somebody has told you you need to niche, one way to look at niching is not necessarily single family homes or this specific neighborhood or dog lover families, right? Another way to niche is just by figuring out who your ideal clients are, right? Your ideal clients might be homeowners who have been in their home 5 to 7 years that are looking to make the most amount of money when selling their home. All right, just an example. Again, I'm not putting a lot of thought in this. I want to show you how easy it is to just sit down and create this for you in your business. All right, when you're doing your social media, guys, which next week I'm gonna do a whole live training about social media that you absolutely have to be there for, okay? Adapt your messaging. Make sure that when you are posting on social media, you are talking about sellers. Your value, the information that you're providing will be helpful for sellers either now or in the future. A seller looking to move in the future, right? And you can change, by changing your messaging, you can change who's raising your hand and who's saying yes to you. All right, so you have the power, you have so much control. All right, now you can start being specific and start using it. Now, that only works when you have sellers that are in your pipeline and in your newsfeed that are seeing your posts. Again, we'll talk more about this next week, okay? Now, moving on from adapting your messaging, after you have made the decision, prepared your mindset, identified sellers, you've changed your messaging on social media, you now have to start having conversations with them. You have to start having conversations with homeowners and sellers. All right, these questions, you want to focus on questions, and this is something that my clients and I do a lot of. It's called client-centered conversion. All right, our whole entire sales process, everything from our process hello to welcome home, is based around our sellers and providing our clients, mostly sellers, all right, the best experience. Okay, and this comes from keeping them at the center of everything. So client-centered conversion. All right, one thing that we do in order to create this client-centered conversion is by asking questions that revolve around them. All right, I'll give you one example that you should be asking every single seller that you talk to, of course, is what is the benefit? All right, what is the benefit of moving right now? And now, okay, you've probably heard of that one. All right, now start asking it, for one. Secondly, go beyond that. When they tell you the benefit of selling is because they want to downgrade, oh great, tell me more about that. What does that mean for you? Okay, because your version of downgrading and their version of downgrading is probably not the same, and we need to be on the same page with them. Okay, so that is just one small example of creating amazing conversations. You really want to just dive in with your sellers and have these conversations. Now, conversations alone, when you do it right, will be what differentiates you from the marketplace. All right, when you ask the right questions, sellers will take note from the very beginning, and they won't ask you how you're different. You just will be different. All right, conversations will help you create that know, like, and trust factor. Now, I do not always mean a one-to-one conversation. Okay, thinking back about our previous step, adapting our messaging, sometimes our messaging is our conversation, right? It's kind of like us just yelling loudly. If you imagine, like the old town centers with the person just yelling the news of the day, right? That's how they got information. That's almost what our social medias are like right now, right? Maybe somebody walking by will catch their attention and they'll listen for a moment and then go back onto their business and forget everything you said. Okay, this is your time to create that distinction and to grab people's attentions. Okay, so conversation can even be your post on social media, and we need people to pay attention to those conversations. Okay, after you have dived into the conversations, of course, you're going to need to do that follow-up, right? Most of your sales, listings included, are going to be through follow-up, especially if we're talking your sphere of influence or your database, right? Most of them aren't going to have one random conversation with you and then 5 months later just reach out. I mean, it happens every now and then, we're not going to lie, right? But most of them will not. All right, so you are going to be the one that is going to initiate the follow-up. We have a saying at Purple Elephant, the ball is always in our court. Okay, so the ball is always in your court when it comes to follow-up, when it comes to any communication. I don't care if you were the last person to text the last 5 times. The ball is still in your court. Okay, so with that follow-up, remember guys, last week I gave you a dynamite follow-up plan that works with everybody. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to last week's video and check it out, okay? You can even just do a search and search follow-up in this Facebook group and the post will come up for you, all right? I'll go ahead and make a guide to put all of our trainings in the guide so that way you guys can binge them maybe one night, all right? So, as easy as that sounds, guys, or as easy as that sounds, this would really work if you just apply it. All right, the first thing I want you to do is make the decision right now that you are ready for the switch to listings, if that's where you are in your business. Otherwise, I don't know why you're watching this. Okay, so make the decision right now. You are ready to switch to listings and you are gonna do what it takes to get it done. All right, you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna not make excuses. You're gonna make the decision. You're gonna prepare your mindset. Remember, sellers are paying for you. Your buyers are not. Okay, so your sellers are gonna be a whole lot more picky. Sometimes they're gonna be $10,000 picky, $16,000 picky, $30,000, $50,000. Think about the commission they're paying. All right, so you wanna make sure that you are every single day striving to provide that level of value, okay? Then you're going to identify your sellers. Where are your sellers? What are your goals? And who do you need to be talking to? What sellers do you need to be in front of? What homeowners do you need to be in front of in order to accomplish your goals? If you need help with that, drop a call in the comments. Then you're going to adapt your messaging online and be specific about it. Are you looking for sellers that are looking to sell their home this year? Are you looking to go ahead and start on your pipeline for sellers of next year? Hint, hint, that's a great idea. All right, hey, just curious, who's looking to sell their home in 2023? Who's considered selling their home next year? Got some free stuff for you, got some free resources for you. Hey, I got a free video that teaches you what to do now in order to walk away with the most amount of money next year. Wouldn't it be great to actually be in front of all those other real estate agents? Guys, this is gold right here. Alyssa, hello. Great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, adapting your message, get specific, start filling up your pipeline for next year. All right, then you need to start having quality conversations with your sellers. You need to be asking client-centered questions. Client-centered questions come from their eyes and understanding what their goals are, not just now, not just with this house, not just selling this house, but long term. How can you be a part of their real estate needs long term? All right, maybe even building wealth for them long term. All right, conversations, and then lastly, follow up. All right, guys, create yourself a checklist with these steps right here and walk through and implement them. All right, and if you need help, please guys, drop call in the comments. It is time to invest in yourself and it is time to invest in your business, especially with the way things are moving right now. Don't you think with this recession, more and more people are going to be asking for a discount on your commission? Oh, well, the time's the way that it is. you need to, offer a discount, recession discount. All right, so I'm making myself laugh too much. This is ridiculous. All right, so you need to ensure that you have ways to be that value. And if you need help implementing this, call in the comments and let's talk about it. Okay, let's get serious about your success. Remember, the ball's in your court. All right, the ball is in your court. Ooh, next week, guys, we're gonna talk all about social media. All right, things that you can do to turn your social media not just into an awareness hub, but actually paying leads, right? To get some closed sales. Oh, and before we hop off, Alyssa mentioned she finds it helpful to know their interest and check in with them. For example, their seller loves cars, any car show in town, and touching in with that info. Absolutely. I mean, if you have, if you're an EXP, you have KV Core, or many people have KV Core, or Follow Up Boss, many CRMs out there will allow you to tag or label your clients with hobbies like car lover, right? And you see a car show come up on your news feed, or come up, you hear about it, you can pull up everybody with hashtag car lover or everybody labeled car lover in your CRM and blast it out, right? And most, again, if they have that system, if they can tag, a lot of them will allow you to automatically insert their first name without you having to do it. Okay, so it would say, hi Alyssa, I just wanted to let you know there's a car show coming in. You and I talked and you mentioned that you were into cars, right? And that would work for everybody that you sent to. Okay, so let your CRM work for you. Thank you, Alyssa. That is a super helpful tip. All right, guys, next week we're going to talk about social media and how to create sales and simplify your business with social media. What a cool way to be two places at once with social, right? We'll talk more about that next week. As always, thank you guys for joining and watching to the end. If you made it to the end, type end in the comments. I want to know who made it this far so I can show you some extra love. All right, guys, peace out. See y'all next time.